Have you ever walked in the room looking confident, but in the inside you're saying, I'm not good enough. I don't belong here. What if they don't like me? My name is Nasimbra Ruffin, and I'm not your strong Black woman. And I've been there before, and it made me realize you can look confident on the outside while completely tearing yourself down on the inside. And it's not our fault. It's because we've been taught to look for confidence in all the wrong places. We think confidence is walking into a room with our head held high. We think it's speaking loudly, the designer clothes, our nails done, hair done, everything did, not being nervous, but you can do all those things and still be incredibly insecure. Think about a beautiful car. On the outside, it's nice and shiny. You got the rims looking clean. It has the butterfly doors, and everybody who sees it thinks, whew, that car looks good. Okay, but underneath the hood, the engine is struggling. The warning lights are on. Y'all know what lights I'm talking about. It isn't running right. That's what confidence can look like. You can look polished on the outside all you want, but if what's happening underneath, the way you speak to yourself, is constantly tearing you down, you're not building confidence. You're just maintaining the appearance of it. That's why I define confidence as how you speak to yourself. Confidence is an inside job. And if that car I just described sounds a little like you, everything looks good on the outside, but on the inside, you're constantly questioning yourself or telling yourself you're not good enough, then I'm going to share with you one easy way you can start changing the way you speak to yourself today. Take out your pen and paper. Let's go. First, let's define what confidence is. Look at the word confidence. In the word is the word confide. When you confide in someone, you trust them. You trust them enough to share your thoughts, your fears, and your insecurity. Things you may not tell everybody else. I want you to think about a person you would call when you're having a bad day. You call them and say, girl, I messed up. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm scared. This just isn't going to work. And imagine they say, girl, yeah, you did mess up. And it's not going to work. You are a failure. You will always mess up. You're not good enough anyway. How long will you keep calling that person? Will you keep talking to them? Probably not very long, because you wouldn't feel safe confiding in them. So think about this. How are you confiding in yourself? What happens when every time you're scared or you're feeling insecure and that first voice that tears you down is your own? Research actually shows that high levels of self-criticism are connected to things like depression, anxiety, stress, and emotional distress. Think about that. If the person you talk to every single day constantly criticized you, told you that you weren't good enough, reminded you of every mistake you've made, eventually that relationship would affect you. You would stop talking to them. But what happens when that person is you? That's why changing the way you speak to yourself matters. And I want to give you a simple way to start doing that. I call it RCR. RCR. Recognize, challenge, reframe. R stands for recognize. You know, I always say you can't fix what you can't see. So name the thought. For example, I'm not good enough. If I'm having the thought, I'm not good enough, I have to recognize it. Not ignore it, not try to suppress it, not try to put it in the back of my mind, not just letting it constantly run. Recognize the thought. Name it. I'm not good enough, then C, you have to challenge it. And challenging it, it's basically questioning it. Is there any evidence for I'm not good enough? No. Who's not good enough? Me? I'm not good enough? That's just something someone once told me back in the day. That's something my daddy used to say to me. But who's not good enough? We're going to challenge that thought, which brings us to our reframe it, which means you change that thought around. That I am not good enough thought can be changed to I am exactly who God says that I am. I am her. I am she. Okay? We are changing that thought around. And sometimes you can have a lot going on in your mind because life be lifing, but I want you to type this into your favorite AI tool using the Symbol Ruffins RCR Framework. Can you help me recognize, challenge, reframe the thought? I'm going to say it again. Using Nasimba Ruffin's RCR framework, can you help me recognize, challenge, and reframe the thought? And treasure. As always, I want to leave you with God's word. Proverbs 16:24 says, gracious words are a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and healing to the bones. Let me say that again. Gracious words are a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and healing to the bones. We often think about this verse in terms of the words we speak to other people, but I want you to think about the words you speak to yourself. Are your words gracious when you speak to yourself? I'll give you a minute to think about it. Because if gracious words can be sweet to the soul and healing to the bones, imagine what can begin to change when you extend some of those gracious words to yourself. You deserve to hear kindness from your own voice too. So this week, practice RCR. Recognize the way you're speaking to yourself. Challenge what isn't true. And reframe it with words that are truthful and gracious. And remember, confidence is how you speak to yourself. So speak to yourself like someone you can confide in. I hope that I was able to provide a space for you to breathe. Don't forget to like and subscribe.